What is going on, you guys? We are back for another BlackFire Fitness workout. Today we are officially hitting our 10th double-digit workout, and we're gonna focus on the legs and lower body. For the equipment setup today, you guys, we're gonna keep it real plain and simple. We got your classic school bag over here. All right, we're gonna need a single bag with items that you'd like to load your weights up with. Today we're rocking with a jug of water. Will run you about 9 to 10 pounds if you're using that yourself. And then we have our handy dandy yoga mat for all the things that we do on the ground. Make sure we're nice, well and cushioned and comfortable. And with that, I'm excited. Let's just go ahead and jump right in at first exercise coming up. First exercise, you guys, we are going to come with a variation of squat. As if you guys don't know, in my earlier videos, it's really important to exercise from different angles, variations, and time under tension. So this is gonna be our switch up and variation. All right, your standard squat will be about shoulder width apart. Looks something like this. Today, what I want you to do is put your feet together until they touch, or just keep a real narrow stance. So maybe 2 to 3 inches apart, all right? You really need to make sure it's inside that shoulder width apart length. Once you guys are all set up, all right, I'm gonna choose to keep my feet touching together. I'm gonna throw my backpack on my back, make sure it's nice and secured, all right? And then at this point on, it's just a regular squat. So for my people who don't know, let me go through the basics real quick. All right, you're gonna start with a little hip hinge. So we're gonna press our chest out, create a lower bend in the back, in the lower back. And then at this point, we're gonna push our bottoms out. So push that butt out as you go into a squat. Boom, about right here is where you want to look for, a nice 90 degrees. Make sure your toes don't overextend, all right, past your toes, all right, you shouldn't be on your toes, all right, if your heels come off the ground, you know you're doing it wrong, or you shouldn't be leaning back to the point where you stumble backwards, all right? So let's get that nice position set, brace that core for balance, all right, putting it all together. I'm gonna stick the bottom out. Go down so I hit that nice 90, breathe out, brace your core, tighten, flex the abs as you breathe out and make your way back to the top. So here's a couple reps, non-stop for you. Really making sure those glutes are feeling it. And last thing I want to throw in there, you guys, is the narrow stance. What it does is it helps focus on your quad muscles instead of your glutes, all right? So that's what we're rolling with. Meet you guys at exercise number 2. Number 2, we are rocking with single leg Romanian deadlifts. So this movement is pretty tough, so it can be done with little to no weight. But if you guys are up for the challenge, let's definitely throw that weight on there and get that burn. So to start it off, we're gonna grab our bag with the weight in it, all right? And then what you wanna do before you start is you wanna put one hand over both handles like so, and then push your fist down as far as you can, because we don't want this bag to hit the ground before the range of motion is finished off. So now that I'm ready to go, I'm gonna start on my right side. So just remember, same weight, same leg. So if my weight is held in my right hand, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing the exercise off my right foot. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that up. All right, I'm gonna stay on my right leg. You want, again, the same starting position as the squat, chest out, a little small hip hinge in the back. All right, and then at this point, you're tipping over like a teapot, all right? My upper body is gonna start bringing the weight to the floor. Notice how I'm not arching and rounding my back like so. I'm not using my arm to kind of beat the weight to the floor. I'm letting the natural descent of my upper body dictate the position of the weight. Once you guys are down to the bottom point, as far down as you can go, you should be feeling a nice squeeze in the back of those hamstrings right here. And then we're gonna 3-piece combo this movement. So you're gonna pull from your hamstrings, tighten and brace your abs, and then also assist with the lower back. So that 3-team combo should pull off the movement like this. When we mesh it all together, we're gonna go down, tip over, keeping that upper body nice and straight. I feel an awesome stretch in my hamstrings. I'm gonna breathe out, squeeze the hammies, the core, and the lower back, and that's an awesome feeling rep right there. So putting it all together so you guys can see it in action. Bang. And then you guys will notice my offhand is right next to the wall for balance. All right, it's not assisting the movement, but it's keeping me nice in place so that I can focus on hitting the muscles. Of course, once you guys are done with that movement on the right side, you guys are gonna have to switch it up and do the other side. But now you have all the pieces of the puzzle. Let's put it together, and we're on to number 3. All right, you guys, number 3, we're gonna have to go down to the ground for a minute, and I goofed just a little bit on that equipment setup. We are going to need an elevated, sturdy surface. Something like a chair backed up against the wall would work perfectly as well. Most of you guys should have that at least. But today I'm gonna do off the sofa because it is nice to do if you have one. All right, you're gonna start by putting your arms right outside your frame of body, forearms resting on the couch here, so that when I go up and get my hips off the ground, I'm nice and situated like so. If you guys have good balance and stability and core strength, you guys can also make it harder by just putting your back against the sofa as you elevate those hips. That's the version I'm gonna be doing, but no, you guys can put your arms on the side like so if you need to. All right, when we're ready to go, you want your legs a decent amount away from you, something comfortable. You'll be able to feel it. If your legs are too far out, you won't be able to get off the ground, makes sense. All right, let's add our weight right on our lap. Get on those heels, make sure I'm nice and set on the couch. And then at this point, you're going to press your hips to the sky. You want your body as flat as a table, and you're gonna squeeze your glutes and hammies. All right, so visually making it happen here, pressing up, and then I'm going, if you guys can break this flat plane and go a little bit higher, you wanna go as high as you can, because the higher you can go, the more your hamstrings are gonna be engaged. All right, I feel a nice squeeze in my quads and my glutes as well. All right, breathing out and pressing. And then as we descend the weight back to the floor, you want to make sure your butt and lower back does not touch the floor, because once it touches the floor, no tension on the legs. All right, we want to keep the core and the legs activated at all times. So here we go, bringing it on home, you guys. We're gonna breathe out, squeeze, flex, press, slowly lower. Again, breathe out, press, squeeze, flex, slowly lower. Now, it might look a little funny, you guys, but do not underestimate this exercise. Load it up heavy, and let's get those lower body muscles activated. All right, last exercise on the prescription for today. All right, we got weighted good morning. So when I'm working my lower back, I usually make sure that I don't overload the weight, because your lower back is so important to your core. And if you overwork your back one day, it might discourage you to work out a day or two afterwards because it's too sore. So don't overload the weight. All right, make sure you guys are being cognizant and smart and strategic with that. All right, so I just loaded this backpack up with light weight. You can always make up for it with more reps if you'd like. All right, and how I like to set up is, it's almost like a deadlift, but with deadlifts, most of the time you want a small bend in your knee and you're working with heavier weights as you go into the bent down position. With good mornings, you more so want to lock your legs so that they're absolutely stiff and straight, and then you're just emphasizing that lower back and core instead of the hammies. All right, you might feel it in the hammies, but you want to isolate it and keep it to your core and lower back doing most of the work. So when we're set up, we got our backpack, we're gonna wear it on the front side, straps behind you. All right, and then I like to cross my hands and put it on my lower back just to kind of keep things out of obstruction, out of the work zone. And then at this point, you're going to keep those legs straight. I'm gonna breathe in as I slowly dip down. Now, depending on your flexibility, I like to get as flat as I can so that my legs and my back are forming as close to a 90 degree as I can. But if you guys aren't as flexible, just go up as high as you can. At this point, I'm gonna breathe out, tighten the core, but using that lower back, oh, it feels wonderful, back up to the top. So when we draw it up on the drawing board and put all the pieces together, it's gonna look something like that. Just making sure you're not rounding your back or your shoulders. All right, gotta stick that chest out, keep that nice little lower back bend, and then your upper body stays completely straight as you go through the movement. So let's make sure we don't neglect that lower back and put that finishing cherry on top right there, and then we are on to that bonus beat. All right, y'all, for everyone who wants that bonus sizzle, all right, that bonus burn, what we're gonna do is weighted calf raises. So again, a convenient way to do these is throwing that backpack on the back here, and then just like the exercise sounds, all you're doing is getting up on your toes, pressing off the ground as high as you can, then lowering yourself back down. So pretty simple movement. That's why I'm asking for 100 to 150 right after your workout, as soon as you can get them done. So we're just gonna breathe out as you press onto those toes, squeeze the calves, all right? You don't wanna do it nonchalantly, all right, like so. Let's try to get up as high as we can. Squeeze, hold it for about 2 seconds at the top, slowly lower it back down to the ground. So just getting a couple of these going, and because it's a short movement, we need lots of reps, all right? So make sure you guys are doing these till you feel that crazy burn. All right, that way we take care of everything and make sure we don't neglect those calves, all right? And with that, y'all, we have finished. I hope you guys crushed your Monday. Looking forward to tomorrow's workout. Get that lower body burn going. BlackFire Fitness, yo.